School and mental health back in the day. Well, I graduated 3 years ago. Wasn't quite supportive as it is or beginning to be now. In retrospect, my experience was a mixed bag, but when I was actually experiencing it, being a student who's depressed and anxious in a high school that not only failed to support me but didn't have the means to, such as accessibility services and programs, was quite frustrating. All I can say is that each year passed by, mental health education began to be implemented more in the school board, and things got a little easier. Starting off, grade 9 was the worst. I was experiencing panic attacks during math class, and when I'd always go to the guidance counselor's office, I was told to just drop out because perhaps my panic attacks would affect my intelligence and capability to be in school. To their surprise, I didn't drop out of school, and I completed gifted academic math with a 92 that year. It was hilarious when they realized that mental illnesses have nothing to do with their intelligence. That's just one example of many, but it's the most extreme that I've got, which in turn cemented how I was treated by staff from the rest of the 4 years. When I look back, I try not to be resentful, but telling a 14-year-old to drop out instead of showing them resources and getting help isn't the direction any educational institution should aim for. I wish I had access to support, or even the school psychologist, who apparently was never there. Students, this one's for you. From my experience, when talking about mental health normally isn't the norm, it's treated like a taboo subject. I was treated like a social pariah by many of my peers because information about my panic attacks and depression leaked from other peer groups, and even teachers, which is actually a violation of confidentiality. I had a lot of friends who ditched me because I wasn't fun anymore and was, well, emo. And for teachers, this is from what I experienced. It's quite subjective, as in some teachers who didn't believe that mental health is an actual thing thought I was a nuisance for having panic attacks or missing school because I was depressed. Whereas I had other teachers who wanted to talk to me one-on-one with a plan on how I can learn in their class while dealing with a lot on my plate. There were only a few teachers, but they made a huge and positive impact on encouraging me to go to school and keep going on, and I'm forever thankful for that. I do wish that I at least had stable support on one side, be it from the student body or school staff. If there was mental health education as part of the core curriculum, then I think there would have been fewer stigmas amongst my peers. And if my school was able to offer clubs, programs, and one-on-one learning strategies to make my integration back into class after each episode of a panic attack, then I know that I wouldn't have been ashamed as I was back then. However, I do know that within the past year, TVDSB has been changing a lot when it comes to mental health, so I'm hopeful and less resentful, if anything.